Stephen, let's start with the injury news. Almost too scared to ask. What is the state of play going into the game this weekend?
Yeah, James Brown's a doubt. Callum Booth's out. Nicky Clark's out. Chris Kane's out. Ali Crawford's out. And Cameron McPherson's out as well. So Graham Carey and Dre Wright will train and hopefully they'll be okay. I'll give them every time, but I think hopefully they'll be fine.
It's hardly the team news that you would want going into the start of a league campaign.
No, it's not great. But again, nobody wants to be injured. I think Graham and Dre will hopefully make it. So what I will say is we'll have a team that's got a good amount of experience and that'll be very competitive, and they'll be ready to go against Hearts. We know that performances haven't been great and results haven't been acceptable, so we're looking forward to it. I think everybody's written us off, which is good. I don't mind that, so it's up to myself, my staff, my players as a group, all of us together to go and get results and, as I say, show people what we're about.
I mean, just on say everyone has written you off. Just in terms of the League Cup campaign, I think I spoke to you probably about 4 weeks ago, and we were talking about how that can be something that can perhaps set the tone for the season. I mean, do you have any concerns of there being a hangover from the League Cup campaign, and could that almost set a negative tone for the league campaign?
No, there won't be a hangover. I won't allow it. So it's not what we wanted. I'm not going to lie, it wasn't acceptable, it wasn't great, and you want to win the games, but we won't allow it to be a hangover. We won't allow it to have negative thoughts in our minds. We're positive. I've spoke to the players after last Saturday, after the game. Then we had another recap on Monday, and we know that is now gone, and we have got enough quality in there to go and win games. And when the injured boys get back, the new players that we get in come, we'll be fine this season.
I mean, you talk about everyone writing you off. I guess after a campaign like that, there'll be people outside of the walls of this football club will be saying, well, St Johnstone will probably be among the favourites to go down. It's about proving them all wrong.
Exactly. I think as a player, when I used to play, and as a member of staff now, and obviously the manager now, I think you've got to use that as motivation as well. I think people always want to write you off. I think that's our culture in Scotland and Britain. I think everybody wants to write people off. They try and build you up to try and shoot you down, I think. And it's a thing that I'm thick-skinned. I can handle criticism, and I want my players to react properly to that. And I quite enjoy people trying to write me off, and the players should enjoy it as well, embrace it. And like you say, go and prove people wrong.
I mean, you talk about being thick-skinned. I mean, I guess after having a start to the season that you wouldn't have wanted, is there more pressure on you now as a rookie manager going from that into the league campaign? There's
pressure on me every day. I put pressure on myself to be the best I can be, and there's always pressure. Football, that's what it is. As a player, you're put under pressure, but obviously the manager carries a can, and I'm acceptable to that. I thrive on that, and I want to be here, sitting here talking to you guys and going and addressing my players, and I'm ready for the challenge. So yeah, roll the sleeves up and let's go.
I mean, just generally, I've asked a number of managers this over the years who are in their first job. How steep a learning curve is it for you?
So you're learning every day. I think as a coach I was learning every day, and I'm still learning. You learn about your players, you learn about your staff members, you learn about what people want, what the crowd want. So yeah, and then you learn you've got to be a father and a husband when you go home as well, and you've got to learn how to do that as well, because sometimes you don't want to do it when you've just lost a game at the weekend. So it's it's challenging, but it's something that I love doing, and I want to continue doing, and I want to do it the best of my ability, and I don't want to just rest on my laurels. I want to be the best I can be.
In terms of the opening game, it's a tough one, isn't it? Hearts, but you've got home advantage. I mean, but what are your thoughts on the challenge that lies ahead, and how important is it, after what we've just been talking about, that you get this league campaign off to a positive start?
Yeah, it's massive. I think we're at home. We want to put a performance on in front of our fans. I think Hearts are a good side. They've got a good squad. They've got quality players. They're bringing in players as well. They've got a couple of bits of business. I don't know if it's going to be done or not, but they'll add that as well. And I know Stephen really well as well. I played with him, so I know what he's like as a personality, and I know what he'll want his team to be. So I've had conversations last season with him, so it's going to be a tough task. They'll bring a huge support, which will be good. It'll make it a great day for our players as well, and I know that when you play in front of these Hearts fans, they're very demanding as well, and like every set of fans. So I know if you can upset them, they can get on the players' back as well, and they're quick to turn. So it's important that we concentrate on our own performance, and we try and upset these Hearts fans and make them turn against their team, and create pressure that way, and get our fans behind us, and excite them as well.
It's a final couple from me. Just in terms of new faces, where are you at? How close are you?
Yeah, we've got 2 in the building training, and just waiting for the paperwork to go through. So fingers crossed, and there's others to add as well. So hopefully we can get more done as well.
Just a quick one for myself. Going into this first league game against Hearts, you've spoken a little bit about your transfer business there, but how happy are you with the squad you've got in front of you, including the new faces coming in, and how much more would you like to add to that? Yeah,
I think it's important that. Listen, I think if we had all our injuries back, we would be really happy, and maybe add another couple. Now, when you're in a manager's job, you need to react to the situation. Now, if the injured players aren't going to get back anytime soon, I'm going to have to react to it. So I might have to bring a few more in than we actually wanted. But at the end of the day, we have to make sure we're competitive, and I think everybody knows at the club from board level that we might need to react to that, and they're happy doing that. So we'll see where we are regarding injuries, and then we'll react accordingly. But we do need another few bodies in the building.
Thank you very much.
I know you spoke a little bit about the game with Hearts, but what are you expecting from them? What are you expecting them to bring
they've got good players. I think when you look across the board, they've got a good squad as well. So Stephen's got loads of options. So we've watched a bit of their games pre-season. So we know we're going in for a tough task. So we know what to expect. We know what sort of way he likes to play, and he had a sort of a mixed start to his sort of managerial career last season, but I'm sure he'll do a good job, and it'll be a tough game for us.
And have you got a message for the fans after such a disappointing last weekend?
I think with the fans, I think they know me as a person. They know that I'll be making sure I get my players ready. So I think they've just got to try and stick with us, and it's a work in progress at times as well. We're trying to get players in, and we want to add quality, and hopefully we can excite them, and hopefully they can come out in their numbers on Saturday and get behind us. And one thing I will guarantee is my team will be out there looking to win that game, and they'll be giving everything for the football club, and playing for the badge, and playing for the fans as well. So hopefully they come in their numbers and get behind us.